Welcome back. It's me, Tara. Today's been an interesting day, and I've written down my notes, the things to talk about. Today was a huge prep day, um, which is pretty great. I made butter. I made chocolate keto ice cream. I prepped up a pound of side pork, and I cooked two leg quarters, the thigh and the leg, so that I have stuff that I don't have to worry about cooking. I just gotta reheat it during the week. And side pork comes in handy with for snacks. Comes in handy to add to the skillet just to bring fat to the meal. And I also get to make lard off of the drippings for cooking. So that's pretty cool. So the three things I cook with primarily right at this point is butter, tallow is the bigger one, and a little bit of lard. I also have olive oil because I love it. I just have been trying to, I don't know, like really immerse myself in the flavors of a more very strict keto. Um, I have, what do you call it? Tracked my macros for the past 2 days, and my macros, as far as carbs are concerned, are really good. They're really low, which is great. That's what I want. However, I'm supposed to be eating a lot more protein, apparently. Apparently, you're supposed to have a gram of protein for your ideal weight. So my ideal weight is 120 pounds. So I'm supposed to have 120 grams of protein a day and then like a shit ton of fat. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but I'm going to just keep track. I'm trying to be intuitive, and I'm only keeping track so that I can pay attention to how I feel and what's going on. Um, so yeah. First, I wanted to tell you a story about God and how He spoke to me this past couple of days with a little, like, I guess a parable is what you would call it. So I have my bathroom door is like an old cabin door that has one of those metal latches, but the metal latch didn't work. And it only works when you're all the way in the bathroom and you shut it, and then you can open it to get out. So instead of looking at this door and thinking about it, I decided I got this. I'll take care of it. I got this. Hopefully, I didn't bang on you too hard. You're right there. Sorry. And I went to the store and I bought myself a doorstop, the kind that folds up and then you kick it down to keep the door shut. Because I like to keep the bathroom door shut. Couple of reasons. Number one, the bathroom that I have used to be part of the master bath, and it is literally in the other people's apartment. And I'm pretty sure they just put up, some like 2x2s and paneling, and that's it. Like, I make fun. I make a joke about my next door neighbor, Dave, is more like my roommate. There is a door in my bathroom that's locked that goes right into his room. I don't know why they didn't shut that off all the way and just build a wall, but they didn't. So I like to keep that door shut because I am the queen of quiet. I like to be quiet. I like everything quiet. So I keep it shut. So I had to have that foot thing because the door, because I'm in a 300-year-old house, opens up when it's not shut. And it doesn't stay shut because the latch is broken. So I got the doorstop, and that worked for, I've been here a year. And then last week it broke, and I could not fix it. And I was like, well, what the heck? So, me, um, I just want to buy something to fix it. I'm gonna get the even better doorstop, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. But first, maybe I'll just get a hook and an eye, and just hook and eye it right on this side of the door. I'm like, wow, that'd be cool. Maybe I should just do that this way, because it always confuses a guest when they're trying to open up the bathroom door. They're like, "What the heck?" Then I have like a thing where I could just use my toe and flip the thing up, and they've got to bend down and lift it up. That it just boggles people's minds. Not that I have a lot of guests, I don't, but it is like, what the heck is this? So I decided I'm going to take off the doorstop because it was really bugging me, and I was fixed in my head that I was going to look through my supplies, see if I had a hook and eye, and if not, I was going to go, excuse me, to the store. What is that yawn about? And get another doorstop. And I look at the door and I'm like, wait a minute. There's one of those sliding things, but it don't work. Like it doesn't go to the hole. Like it just doesn't work. I'm like, well, what if I did this? What if I took apart that door latch that doesn't work and take the things off that are stopping the door from shutting all the way? And so I did that. And now the sliding thing works, and now nobody has to, you know, try to figure out how to get into my bathroom when they have to go to the bathroom. And the door can be shut. Why do I say that's a parable about God? Maybe you know already? I don't know. It's something that I swore I could just take care of myself, that I could do. And for a while, it worked. My solution worked. For a year, I was able to keep that door shut with no problem because of something I did. And when I made the realization that all I had to do is take some part of that old latch that doesn't work apart, and then the door already had what it needed to be shut, it was like God said, "Ha, you're so cute. Yeah, you got to do what you wanted to do." And it worked for a while. But in the end, all you had to do was take away the useless parts. And I already had everything you needed right there. You feel me? That is, thank you, Jesus. Like, I was like, I got my own parable with a door. Like, where else am I trying to apply my will to things when He already has it all taken care of? All I got to do is open my eyes, remove the parts that aren't needed, right? And what I do need and what I want to accomplish is already there because God's already put it there. I bet you there's a lot of things in my life I could do that with. So I'm going to keep that on the top of my mind. I wrote it down in my diary so that I can keep it on the top of my mind. I thought, what a beautiful thing to have that. That's communication to me. Because when I realized it, I was standing there looking at the door, and I was like, dude, why couldn't you show me before? Then I realized, duh, why couldn't you look? You thought you could take care of it, and you could for a while. For a while, your way was okay until it didn't work anymore. So maybe you could apply this lesson that I taught you with your bathroom door to the rest of your life and just remove the things that you don't really need and recognize the things that are already in place for you and proceed. How cool is that? Anyway, I thought that was great. Oh, my eyeballs. I'm like, there's no way I've been on here that long. I thought it said 39 minutes. I'm like, no. Um, so that was great. And I hope that you got something out of it. And maybe God's talking to you in that way as well. Maybe it's just the story that I'm telling you. Or maybe you've noticed that before and didn't put the two and two together. I don't know. But I think that's just fabulous. What is it? Because I'm always looking, like, I'm always asking, what is it you want me to do? Just help me to walk the path. What is it you want me to do? And I know in my heart of hearts that it's not about me doing something, it's about me realizing, being illuminated, allowing myself to see. And that's pretty interesting and powerful. And it should be interesting and powerful for you too. I am currently I'm doing a little self care today too. Not a whole bunch, but a little. Exfoliating masks, they're on my feet. These are weird. Feels gross. So I soaked my feet first with hot water, Epsom salt, baking soda, and borax. I love that foot soak. Like, if you've got really bad calluses, do that foot soak, and you can literally rub the calluses off your feet. Like, you don't even need a pumice stone. You could take a washcloth and rub the calluses off your feet. It's crazy. So I did that. I didn't rub anything off. I just dried them off. Put these little booties on, and it's supposed to take. I'm leaving them on for an hour. I have a timer set, and it's supposed to take like 2 weeks. And then your feet are like brand new. I don't know why I'm doing that just before summer, because I like to go barefoot, and if your feet are really callus free, um, it's difficult to go barefoot. But whatever. I'm taking care of my feet today, and that's all there is to it. And I got a pair of mucklucks on so that I can walk around if I need to. What else? Let me see my little notebook. Oh, let me tell you what I ate today. So this morning, when I got hungry, I was craving nothing but meat, and which is good because it is. Um, so this morning, I had that half a steak that I had last night, that half that I didn't eat, and I had some leftover stew meat, and I decided to put that on top of it like a garnish with a big old slab of homemade butter. What on earth? So good. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I know why. Because another thing, I didn't want to have afternoon coffee today. I usually do. And I said, no, you're not having afternoon coffee today. Enough. You drink a pot of coffee in the morning, you're good. Well, not a pot. It's 3 big mugs. I have like 12-ounce mugs. And I make 8 cups according to the machine. And I drink that. So I usually make it again in the afternoon. I didn't today. Maybe that's why I'm all yawning. Oh my goodness, that's so weird. Anyway, so how did I feel after I had the steak? It was fabulous. I actually didn't end up eating the stew meat. So when I buy stew meat, I buy it a lot. 90% of the time, the stew meat is so tender, it's stupid. And you know what happens is I'll put that stew meat into the stew and then try to eat another stew meat in any other way, and those would be the ones that are hard. It's so weird or tough, really tough. So I continue to buy the stew meat. It's just you can't tell before you cook it what it's going to be. So this one I had cooked to use as a protein to put on plates, not as a stew. And it's tough. And I didn't feel like fighting with it this morning. So Fancy got to eat my topping, and I ate the half a steak with the butter melted all over, and it was fabulous. And then I did all my prepping, all the stuff that I wanted to cook and make, and I wanted to make sure. I finally ran out of store-bought butter, so I was like, I've got to back it up. I have my fermented butter that I already had, so I wanted to make some more regular butter, and I did, and then that came out great. It came out so good. It's so beautiful. It's stupid. I combined them. I put the fermented butter on top because it's the oldest one I made, and put them all in a container that I usually use for butter anyway. So I'd say I have a little over half a pound of butter, maybe even a pound. I don't know. I could weigh it. Should weigh it. And then I wanted to make ice cream, and I wanted chocolate this time, so I did that. I added a little bit of crushed walnuts to it just for crunch. I don't even you. I mean, it's one of those things that you might get some or not. And I actually made a video. What on earth? What on earth? I made a video and I put it up on the channel of me making the ice cream and talking about the different things, like what makes a keto or carnivore ice cream. Oh my gosh, my eyes are like burning. Um, I don't know why, and it's pretty cool because carnivore ice cream is very simple. You just don't use any carbs. Keto ice cream is very simple because you do use a little bit of carbs. It depends on what you're doing. Um, I don't know. Like my goal is just to get healthier and eat the way that makes me feel the best. And since I am so fresh, I still crave sweets. So I am making it keto style because I can add uh, allulose, which is comes from dates, figs, maple, and sugar. Um, I'm not a fan of honey, although I bet you it would be really good with honey because I do like hot honey. I could make a hot honey ice cream. That would be just, oh my gosh, because I love sweet and heat. Love the combination. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a hot honey ice cream. Ooh. I do have some, so I can. I just don't, I want to find a local raw honey situation. But I'm just going to keep yawning. I don't know. Um, so I was happy to make a video like that. That was kind of cool. I wanted to paint today. I have not done it. I don't think I'm going to. Then I decided, well, if you're going to eat dinner, you should eat it now. I was not hungry. I probably shouldn't have done it, being intuitive, but I did it. And I had another steak, the smallest one out of the bunch. I had bought a 3-pack, and I wanted some carbs, so I chopped up a medium zucchini and sautéed it. The steak was already par cooked, so all I had to do was kind of like heat it. Um, I like my steak medium rare, but I do not mind as long as it's done right. More well done or medium well or medium doesn't bother me as long as it's cooked correctly. If it's dry, I don't like it. It's like something I got to fight with to eat. Nope. As long as you know what you're doing, any way that you want steak is good. So I'm not one of those people that'll shame somebody for the way they eat their steak. Unlike a lot of people that like their steak well done. That's funny. I'm just being mean. I was making a yolk. A yolk. Ah! So I did that, and I sauteed the zucchini with the animal fat. And then I put a little bit of the blue sauce that I had made yesterday. I made blue mushrooms and put a little bit of that in there, not a lot. And I had a handful of greens left, threw them on a plate, put the steak on it, put the zucchini in the blue sauce, so you couldn't even tell there was blue sauce anymore. And I know I wasn't hungry, but my goodness, was it good. Wow. I shared that with Fancy as well. What the pieces of meat that I didn't want to eat because I was getting full, I just put them aside, and I left her a piece of zucchini because she loves zucchini. She loves zucchini and carrots, loves it, and it's good for her. So for dinner, she had that instead of I usually give her new riche. She had it with some cooked egg whites and some kefir. I've been putting on her food. She's reacting really well to that. Then I decided at some point in the day, that I was going to have a glass of kefir. And I think like this is the first batch of kefir that's really kefir. It's almost yogurt. Like it is, wow, thick like a shake. Like a shake. Not like a shake you put in a jar and you shake with a ball. No, I'm talking like soft serve shake. Unbelievable. I want to make ice cream with that. Oh my goodness. I need to find somebody with Jersey cows. And I think I just did. One of the people that I know, she's great. She lives up a mountain away, and she was looking for her missing Jersey cow this morning. So now I got to get in with her and see if she can give me some milk, because that's the best milk I've ever had. So her cow got loose, being a little brat, and cows do that. So I don't know when I homestead. I don't know if I'm gonna do cows, and if I do, they're gonna be miniature. They're gonna be miniature. They're gonna be small, like the size of dogs, because I can't process more than a gallon and a half of milk a day. I can't even imagine processing that much. A full size cow, I think it's 6 to 9 gallons a day they make. Mm-mm. I do not have time for that. So I can't even imagine how people handle that. They've got to they've got to sell it. They've got to move into products. And even at a gallon and a half, I would have plenty to sell. I made Fancy's bed really cushy. So her bed is really super old, and she loves it. But it's like, and I was thinking of going to Walmart and buying like some memory foam, throw it in there. And I realized I'm a pillow fool. I love pillows. And the first two pillows I ever bought to spoil myself, I used to always buy dollar store pillows. And I went to TJ Maxx one day, and my friend said, "You've got to do it." And I said, "I can't afford. I'm not spending it. I'm not spending that money." She said, "Yes, you are. You're gonna buy a fucking pillow, and your life is gonna change." And she was right. That's Kimba. And I bought a $25 pillow at TJ Maxx. And then I went back, I guess a week later, bought another one. I don't use them anymore. I just keep them on my bed. I use an ergonomic pillow for side sleepers. I have a cube pillow that I love. That's my second favorite pillow. But I was never going to get rid of these pillows, right? Because they were the door that opened to how you could actually sleep well. And so what I did is I took off the outside of her bed, and I took my pillows, my old nasty pillows, that even when you wash them, they're done. Took them out of their protectors, washed the outside, brought the outside back in, put the pillows in, and then put the original pillow that goes in it on top of that and zipped it up. She's like, "What? It's so comfy now." Before, like if she would toss one of her bones and I'll put it back on the bed, it would just like sound like I threw it on the floor. It was that old. So I couldn't bring the other pillow that I had for her when I ran away. Just didn't have room. And so this one is the one she got to keep. So what else? I wanted to change my bed location today. I don't think I have it in me. I'm tired. Obviously, I've been yawning the whole time. Oh my gosh. Anyway, got my dishes done, which is great. It is hard. Let me tell you what. If you ever decide to go carnivore, or if you ever decide to make your own tallow, or if you ever decide to do anything when you're using beef products and you're utilizing the fat, you're making your tallow, you're keeping your pig fat for cooking, and you're making ice cream, whatever it is you do. If you decide to do any of that, I hope you do. I really do. Um, it's difficult. It's really nice if you have a dishwasher. I don't have one. I am the dishwasher. And I have an on demand water heater for my kitchen sink because this side of the apartment's not connected to the water heater. So it goes out of hot water really fast, and it is laborious to get the dishes done, especially when you're dealing with a lot of fat. So just keep that in mind. I'm excited to have a dishwasher when I move. This is another thing I wanted to talk about really quick, and hopefully I'm not doing too bad. So now I know that I am, as of yesterday, I don't know if I'm lighter today, probably not, but my macros are great. It's crazy. Um, my friend, she just quit smoking, which is great. I am not ready. I got to lose a lot more weight before I do it. And I'm just not ready. I don't know if that's something I'll ever. I have no idea. Um, she quit smoking, which is good. And I'm proud of her and happy about it. And I was telling her how much weight I gained quitting drinking and how I replaced, you know, that sugar alcohols with sugar and all that stuff that you've heard already plenty of times. And she was like, I guess she put on like 10 pounds, maybe a little more. I don't think more though. She's not happy about it. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. And she is mid 30s. She's she's my daughter's age. And she's like, I am freaking out about hunger. And I'm like, well, with the way I've been eating for the past week, hunger is really not a thing. Like yesterday, I had a pat of butter on my way out the door and a couple of meat sticks throughout the day, and that was that. Like if I probably could have gotten away with not eating dinner. You know what I mean? Like I just a calorie deficit doing keto slash carnivore ish is really easy to do because you are satiated. So I said to her, I said, she's like, maybe, no. I said to her, I said, you need more fat. I'm serious. Go over to your butter thingy and just take a sliver of fat. A sliver, not even a whole pat, just a sliver. Like a fat bomb. And she just ignored what I said. She didn't respond to that. And she said, no, no, she didn't say no because she didn't respond. She said, I just need to drink more water. That's probably true too. But what I want to say is this. If I could speak to my 34-year-old self from my 54-year-old self, I would tell her to eat more fat. I would tell her, God's got you. Just cut away the things you don't need. I would tell her all that shit. And I would certainly hope she would listen. Now, I understand that I am 255 pounds. And I have lived a very long and wild life. I could see dismissing that you need more fat. But I tell you what, I wish I could talk to my 34-year-old self. And I bet you my 34-year-old self would be a little bit more open to it. A little bit. If I could get past the alcohol. Because my 34-year-old self drank a lot of beer, a beer drinker. Oh my God. It's brutal. But she doesn't drink. She's pretty clear headed. She quit smoking. She's gaining weight. She's starting to crave sweets because it's a nervous thing. So if you're 34 years old out there, 35, 30, 32, 28, 41, and you're looking at this 255-pound-year-old woman and you're struggling with hunger, if it's really hunger, all you need is a little fat, and cut away the things you don't need. Cut them out. Keep the things that are there, that are working for you, that are good for you, and cut the things you don't need out. And yeah. So, with that being said, I hope you have a great day. It's still a 40-minute long video. I thought it was going to be a lot faster, but I love you long time. And I am going to take a nice long shower and scrub my body with salt. And later on, if I got the notion, I'm going to have some chocolate keto ice cream. If I don't have the notion, then I'm not. Tomorrow's work, and I'm excited. And I'm just so happy that I'm here with you, because it's going to get even better every day, all the time. So, that being said, see you later, alligator. Love you long time, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. Bye.